And Pai said, hello everyone, yep. When your son and you make it out of the Milky Way, ours is legit, yep. We close the tunnel, boom, 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 close, boom, normal. When African sun gods, nation of Africans, theft from you, they theft from your generation, the scar types. Five side star cut off the head and absorbed him, and then they made Nebula Galaxy. Yeah, the Nebula Galaxy. The Nebula Galaxy is a strut-based galaxy connected to the Milky Way, and they made 7 million from one of the Israeli strut legs. The second leg they made near 800 trillion, but really 90 trillion stable. And right there, they kept spiraling like a spider web. And right there, holy shit, your metal DNA was standing. Yeah, that's true. The molecules there exactly like your Hawk molecule space station, and then the metal they re-edited your metal, encrypted it, and that's fine, normal. And then they were able to make that. They were able to make that a very graphic. Five scientists that wrote yet Pi's genetical pass. It is your elixir that is able to make nebula, Milky Ways, yeah, nebula galaxies, and then they spiral from the Milky Way. That's true, and it's stable, but very graphic. All I wrote, you're the real God that closed the Milky Way because you're smart. You're smart by him, built from your prototype elixir. You murdered off the first grandpa, the Cantonese knight did it, and then he went in, reset your Hmong incantation, rewrote it, and boom, that's when he did it. Yeah, that's when he did it. He noticed if he closed the strut, it goes kaboom. So he kept it open and he kept building the Milky Way, and then boom, he connected one of the struts into the next. And Pai said they built about 900 trillion strut connected to the Milky Way, and then it takes 7 years to recharge to your Hawk sector. Yeah, normal green lights do. Right afterwards, yeah, the Cobra there is stable. Yeah, I always just do Pai said. It is very graphic when you said it that way. They defeated your scar type, but that is an on scar type. Yeah, the on scar type. He refused to build like you. He wanted the answer straight from an illiterate African, and then Five Sided Star responded, sure, right here, son. Boom! Yep. Five Sided Star Grandpa cut him open and theft his spinal cord DNA, and then 18 million years later, they made Nebula Galaxies. Yep. The tunnels are pretty much same size, but it is 48 hours only. Yeah, 48 hours only, and then you run into the Nebula Galaxy. From there, they made another second nebula, and there's about 90 trillion. Yeah, 90 trillion stable. I have no idea. I didn't remote view past that. But when Dragons remote view, it was near 400 trillion. Yeah, 400 trillion spiral nebula galaxies from the Milky Way. And then your woman's nose, yep, the metal nose, their metal nose electricity is saved, and then boom, yep. Some are born with no nose, and then yep, comes from the microchip, boom, normal again. And the African theft that from you, yeah, y'all good, and you nodded, yeah, you nodded fair. It is very graphic, Paisa, very graphic. He said, when Paisan did it, they did it from one of your Hawk sectors, yep, it's stable, and it's always there, but the second strut was the most advanced. After Fight Side Star left, there's no more. Yeah, there's no more. Yeah, no more. We can cut open the stupid weak scar type who was the clone from your original Hmong type. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, those are the Aunt's illegal types. Yeah, Aunt's illegal type. The Aunt's illegal type lacked the Hmong incantation tones to seal it, and then Five Sided Star said, fuck it then, we'll just steal it genetical because you're stupid mammal, and then boom, he flew up, he cut it, and then he theft it from the spinal cord. Yeah, normal. And that's why Pi said, you're so stupid. Yeah, you're so stupid, kid. You have no idea that Pi will not be tampering after encryption. That's true. Pi's in a new Milky Way, sealed away, legit. That's true. What they're building is struts from the white swirly legs Pi. Yeah, from there, they tunnel out and then they build those. Yeah, they build those Pi. Holy shit. Allah cried for 9 hours and said Pi. Right after it's stable because your dragons are always recharging the space station. Yep. And then there's no more fights in there normal. Yeah, all citizens are moved out accurate. And then they go into the other space countries. Yeah, normal. Right afterwards is very graphic. Yeah, it's very graphic. Warhawks are worn, and the Anunnaki is there watching normal 100% do. It is very graphic. They wrote the Anunnaki is there because he knows in one of the Nebula Galaxy he owns all of it as normal. Yeah, 100% is the green lights. It is too graphic to talk about. They wrote Pi is the most evil but legit. The Egyptian that theft from you, Pi, of course you Cantonese knight closed the tunnel, collapsed on him, never allowed him to use the final tone seal. And what you do is that incantation closes it, and then you're able to reset the molecule, and the electricity, boom, rebeams from the core. And that's what him didn't know how to do. That's true. 3 hours, Pi. Yep, the Hmong Cantonese knight collapsed the walls and told him in Hmong, no way, Grandpa. Yeah, we theft your dragon legally. And then they night suit his Egyptian cobra, and then they kept it there, yeah, always in life and normal infinity. The funny thing is, he's still there, yeah, recharging, doing his job too. That's true. And it was too fucking graphic to say, Pi. Five-Star has done it. He built that Nebula Galaxy, and Pi, you built the real ones, and then 2 hours of recharging from your metal alloy, and God elixirs, and Demkova's pass, but 2 hours graphic, Pi. Yep, African Cobras are there. Yep, the one Unite suit is there, and then normal, yeah, normal. His first human, human owner god, African, you murdered him. The knight did, the knight did. And then 2 hours, the sons are there shouting, fair, Grandpa Vaya, 100% do. Jerusalem mother is owner of those Africans, that's normal. And that's when they made fun of Mom Jerusalem, because it was your DNA, that's true. Your knights are there just in the parts that they're allowed to, and the parts that they definitely have normal. It was very graphic news, Pi. Once you do that, Pi, I saw 2 hours of how can you fly there? Because all the oxygen is exactly like the same in that Hawk space station country. That's true. He didn't improve it. He cloned it and rebeamed it. That's true. Hey, Pi, you pass. But 9 hours later, graphic. You, infinity. Allah is in trouble. Yeah, Allah's in trouble. Nebula Galaxy has struts, yet tunnels all the way back to the Milky Way and recharges. Pi. You done it. I see 2 struts, yeah, 2 legs, and then one is 7 million, new solar system Milky Ways, nebulous galaxy Milky Way, and the other one, is near 900 trillion, yeah, 900 trillion, normal, yes, dude. Very graphic news. Allah cried and said, Pi, you have done the impossible. They have done something so simple. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true.